Sparkly you. The video that you're about to see is part of my Friday night live show, so you'll see me responding to live comments from my wonderful sparklies. And if you enjoy the show, why not join me live next week over on Facebook each Friday at 7 p.m. For now, let's listen in. The field, and it's Friday night. Woo! Hi everybody. Friday. Lovely to have your company on this beautiful Friday evening in June. And oh my goodness, what a Friday it's been. It's gorgeous here in Derbyshire. The sun's out, it's still 24 degrees. It's been really warm. But I'll tell you something, it's when having a super old shop really comes into its own. If you visited us in the shambles in our shop at Dawn, then you'll know that it's a very low building and the shambles very tall, very thin, very long. And this is because the shambles were originally built as a butcher's quarter, and that's where they house the butchers. So of course the shops had to be nice and cool for the meat. It's also why the shambles slope, but we won't go into that too much. It's taken from the Anglo-Saxon for flesh shelves. So there you go. Not quite as glamorous, is it, as the jewellery that's there now. But on days like this, it's amazing. So it's so cool. In fact, when it's warm, we often have to walk to work as we are and then put a jacket on when we get to the shop. But we know it's warm today because even at dawn was warm. We had to put a fan on for the puppies, who are both fine. Thank you for asking. And it's been lovely to see so many of you coming in to say hi to them and give them a snuggle. Heathcliff was just there a minute ago. He's actually curled up on the chair now. He's going to sleep. Happy Sparkly Friday to Sarah. Lovely to have your company tonight. They've both been... We walked to the shop today and it was not cool this morning, but it was okay. Coming home, it was quite warm, and we took our quick route home, which is very shady. So they had a kind of a nice trot home, and then they got in and they're like that. Oh my goodness. They've had a nice drink and they've had a little bit of food. Now, I don't know if you're a dog owner, if you're the same, but we tend to feed them a little bit and then we'll feed them a little bit later as well. When I was going to say when the sun's gone down, but actually just when it's cooler. And we normally take them out for a walk about 9:30, 10 o'clock, and that's just a lot cooler then. We'll go to the forest so they can have a little run, and they're always quite glad to stretch their legs after a long day. Hope you've been having a lovely week. Happy Friday to Pauline. Lovely to have your company tonight. We've certainly had a lot of you coming in. We've got people shopping for holidays. Have you got any holidays booked? We've booked our holidays. We've got a little mini holiday in August, although we won't be closed for any additional days for that holiday because it's the bank holiday when we're normally closed. And then we've got a holiday booked in September as well. I mean, just when are we ever here, you know? So I'll put the dates for those up on the website. So if you've got an occasion coming up that you need to kind of buy for, then you can plan around it for a little bit if you know when I'm not going to be here. And we've also got people putting deposits on for Christmas. So if that's you, well done. It's a great time because we're sort of we're not quite midway through the year, are we? But next week is the longest day. I'm looking, I haven't got my watch on, but we're the 16th today, aren't we? So yes, next week, the longest day. Which is one of my favourite days of the year. I love midsummer. I always try and do something special for midsummer. It's very lovely. And it's also, it will be, Moriarty on the 21st will be 5 months old. Can you believe it? Oh my goodness me, it's going so quickly. Hi to Caroline, happy Friday. Lovely to have your company tonight. I thought tonight that we would, because it's June, have a talk about pearls, which are the birthstone for June, along with moonstone and alexandrite. They're your three June birthstones. Now, of course, stone is a little bit of a misnomer, isn't it? But you'll forgive me. Gem, though, pearl is classified as a gem, and she's actually known as the Queen of Gems. So diamond is the king of gems and pearl is known as the Queen of Gems, and she's been revered for centuries and centuries. And I always think of pearls as the little black dress of the jewellery world because they go with absolutely everything, don't they? They just they've got a nice neutral colour palette, and they're nice and cool, especially in this weather, to wear. They're really lovely. Now, pearls have got quite a history, a little bit of which we're going to delve into tonight. I've also got some pieces featuring pearl from a new collection. If you watched last week, I think it was last week, or maybe the week before, I can't remember. Anyway, when I introduced you to Bill Skinner, the pieces that I'm wearing tonight are from my new jewellery crush. I've got the crabs on tonight and these gorgeous pearls for June. I'm going to show you some more pieces from a new collection from Bill Skinner tonight. That's very exciting. And we're going to have a little bit of a look about pearls as well. So pearls, if you don't know, so perhaps some of the things that I'm going to tell you you already know, but perhaps some of the things you don't know. So I'll tell you, and then you know all about pearls, so you'll be able to have a great chat over dinner with somebody about pearls should the need arise. And also it's good for quiz questions as well, isn't it? So what we're looking at here are cultured pearls, and around 90 something percent, 90, 95, 99% of pearls on the market today are cultured pearls. Now, it was a process that was discovered by Mikimoto, and he discovered that in 1898, and he learned how to culture a pearl. And basically, when a pearl forms, it forms in a mollusk, which is any kind of shell with a hinge, if you like an oyster or similar. And when a little bit of irritant gets into the mollusk, it produces this nacre, or nacer if you like, to kind of soothe the itch and get rid of that irritant. So it starts to produce this substance, and that's what gives us the mother of pearl. So when you see mother of pearl, that's around the edge of the shell, and then around the irritant itself starts to form in layers and layers and layers and layers and layers and layers and layers to get rid of that irritant, to calm it down, and that's how we get the pearl. And that means that all pearls are unique. You'll never find two the same. Happy sparkly to Friday to Becky. Oh, thank you very much. Do you know, I only have my hair down once every couple of months when the hairdresser I go to, Stella and Ellen, and Katie Davis cuts my hair and colours my hair for me and kind of blow. She said, do you want to blow dry it straight with a little bit of curl? And I just go, yeah, do that. So she does that and dries it, and I think, oh yeah, fab. And then when I wash it tonight, it'll be back to curly and all pinned as usual. So thank you, that's nice. I do enjoy having it down, although I must say it is warm today to have my hair down. I'm not used to it, but yeah, I fancied a bit of a change. And you know, if we're going for pearls tonight, why not have a little bit of glamour? So that's how the pearls are produced, both in nature and when we culture them. But in the cultured pearls, the process is started, so something is put in that mollusk to form the pearl. And in nature, it's a little bit of sand or a little bit of grit that gets in there, and obviously those pearls are then people dive for those pearls and collect them. And it's just what makes them an absolutely fascinating gem. I think they're absolutely wonderful. So it's one of the, what we call an organic gemstone, which is pearls, coral and jet. And that's because, of course, it's made from, although all gemstones are made from natural materials, organic are made from creatures or plants. So coral, jet and pearls. And they've been revered pearls since the Egyptian times. Cleopatra used to wear pearls. And one of my favourite stories that I've just been reading about Cleopatra is her invitation to Mark Antony and her bet that she could throw the most expensive dinner party. And partway through the dinner party, she took off one of her pearl earrings and dissolved it in a glass of wine and drunk the wine, and offered the other one, and Mark Antony said no. So she won the bet. And those pearls that she was wearing, by modern standards, when they've done a little bit of research into the story, the pearls would have been valued at £3 million in modern day each. Just to win a bet, you know, as one does with your pearls. I can tell you, if you come to my house, I will not be dissolving pearls in wine. I'm sorry, not even for a bet. No, sorry about that. They will be staying firmly in my jewellery collection. Happy Sparkly Friday to Gail from France. Bonjour. Comment ça va, Gail? We're away touring on the motorbike. Oh, fantastic. I hope you're having a fab time. What's the weather like? British. First British question, isn't it? What's the weather like there? Oh, your hair looks great. Thank you, Gail. That's very thoughtful. Thank you very much. A little bit of straightness tonight in the hair. Happy Sparkly Friday to Nolene. It's lovely to have your company tonight. So just one of the amazing stories about pearls and how just incredible they are. One of my other favourites as well, although I've got to remember who it was. I think it's Pierre Cartier. Wanted to move to a bigger premises in Paris and wanted to move his jewellery atelier to a bigger premises that was valued at the time at £1 million, and he paid for his new premises with a strand of pearls. Don't you just love that story? And it's one of the things that I just adore working with gemstones and jewellery, but for that reason, because there are so many stories and just the absolute beauty and wonder of them. And every time I kind of read up on different gemstones, there are different legends, and obviously the legends to associate with the pearls, people used to think that they were tears of the gods. And in ancient Rome, Julius Caesar passed a law stating that only nobility could wear pearls inside the city walls. So obviously with the pearls becoming rarer and more difficult to find, the want for them increased and more people wanted them. And as they get more special, people are wondering, well, why do they want them? So this folklore begins, and it's where we get these amazing tales of wonder and where, you know, gemstones get named kings and queens. And in this sense, people would wear pearls into battle because they thought they were so special and so wonderful that they would protect them when they went into battle. And I just love that. I've bought the pearl necklace that I'm showing you tonight. Gail says it's very hot and sunny. Oh, lovely. Perfect holiday weather. That's amazing. And I'm showing you this piece from my personal collection, but we do have single strand pearls in. Now, pearls, a lot of the time when you think about pearls, you do think of very traditional kind of twin set and pearls, don't you? And that kind of very elegant look and very dressed up and very finished. But that's the wonder of them. They're so versatile. We've got a wonderful fashion collection in at the moment. So little pearl studs, little pearl hoops, little pearl bracelets. They just go with everything. And it's always, there was kind of an upsurge in popularity in pearls in fairly recent years. In 2010, when Michelle Obama wore pearls for the graduation, not the graduation, the inauguration of Barack Obama, when he was made president, and she wore these sensational pearls. And it's actually a really nice thing to wear, a really clever thing to wear. It basically says I'm very elegant, very simple, not too flashy, because obviously at the time there's a lot of turmoil in the world at the time. I mean, there is now still, isn't there? But there's a lot of turmoil in the world, and to go out there in kind of diamonds and all that kind of thing was just a no-no. So the pearls were absolutely perfect for that. Pauline says, loving the octopus ring. Thank you very much. She's yes, I think I might have told you before that she is definitely the most impractical ring I've ever owned in my entire life, but I love her dearly. She's amazing, absolutely incredible. And I think because I've got the crabs on today, I've gone for a little bit of a seaside theme. So crabs pendant and earrings, and then octopus ring today, and I absolutely love her. Now, just a reminder actually on the octopus ring, these I can order these, but I won't have stock of them because they're just hugely impractical. There'll only be a couple of people that'll say that is the ring for me. So yes, if you would like your own octopus ring, then I can order one for you, but they're not in stock yet. Thank you. She's gorgeous, isn't she, Pauline? She's got amazing texture as well. Just love her, absolutely love her. So pearls throughout the centuries have just absolutely steeped in legend. And today, I think we associate them with weddings, don't we? Because we associate that kind of purity and innocence, which is why I didn't wear them for my wedding. Of course, I am very innocent. And I just think they're a very classic, gorgeous classic look. Absolutely anything. So I'm going to show you a couple of the pieces that I've got tonight in this new collection, and then we'll talk more about pearls. And the first thing I'm going to show you has absolutely nothing to do with pearls, but Adam wanted me to show you this piece because he was tremendously excited about it. It was a piece that we chose, and it's come through very quickly actually. We chose it this week, and oh my goodness, it's just amazing. As I mentioned, no pearls, but look. How sensational is this brooch? Now this is another piece from Bill Skinner, so you can see altogether the drama. Hand painted enamel here, and we've got these gorgeous crystals, nice and sparkly, and crystals down the tail as well. She is a brooch, so that's, I've lost where my, that's it. Working out which side went on the camera. That's how big she is. She's absolutely gorgeous and quite a statement. Let me show you there. Just against my hand. Isn't she fab? Now, she is available as a pendant as well. Yes, in the same size. So nice and big and bold. And I completely forgot what I was doing when this came in. Adam was going through the collection and he's been pricing and displaying everything this week. And I don't know, I can't remember what I was doing now. I got that excited. I was writing something down. I turned around and saw this in the flesh and went, oh, wow, that's amazing. Let me see. Incredible. So Adam said, well, you can't not show your sparklies. I know it's a pearl night, but take the dragonfly brooch. So we did. So this is our new dragonfly brooch. Now, all in a base metal. All Bill's collections are. So very much a fashion brand, as I mentioned last week. He's worked with the likes of Vivienne Westwood. He's been featured in Vogue. And yeah, I just love the collection. So that's the close-up there of that one. There we are. Just absolutely beautiful. Those gorgeous colours as well. Again, quite a neutral colour palette. So it's a nice big statement piece. But the colours are quite muted on there. So you'll be able to just team that up with lots of different things. £115 this one, 115. And I think she's just gorgeous. And then the next pieces I've got to show you are pearls, you'll be pleased to know. So they are on theme with our birthstones of the week. Now with these pearls, I've just told you that we can dress pearls up and they can be quite contemporary, but here we're going to go full on vintage. We're going to go Bridgerton, that kind of vintage vibe with it. Obviously, they're not me at all. I love them. They're amazing. Look at these. So this is the Moth collection. Becky says, that's beautiful and I'm not a brooch person. I know, isn't she? Absolutely gorgeous. And I love the hand painted. So it's almost like a plique jour enamel, isn't it? So you can see through it and all that light. Just gorgeous. Gail says, that in an up hairdo would look, wouldn't it, Gail? Oh, it's amazing. I tell you what, honestly, Sparklies, when I come on and chat to you on Friday, you're so very tempting. Look. Gail, yes, you're right. Not there. But wouldn't she? Oh, she'd look incredible. She would. Stop tempting me. I do not need. The other thing about this collection that I've subsequently found after ordering it is that the pieces are released and they go like that. So we're completely sold out of jellyfish, and so jellyfish, I'm just waiting to see if I can get some more jellyfish because they've been so popular. So these pieces, so as you can imagine, for me, I'm sitting there thinking, well, That's the piece I like. Oh, and I like that piece as well. So, oh dear, dreadful. But look at these, aren't they sensational? They are so Bridgerton, aren't they? So Downton. So the little moth at the top. So you can see now, if you weren't watching last week, the pieces in Bill's collection, these are all faux pearls. So they're not the cultured pearls, they're not the real pearls, they're all faux pearls. Very much a fashion brand, but it does mean that we can have tons of fun with this brand and that the price are amazing, absolutely amazing. So all of these tassels are individual pearls and all individual strands as well. And then this little globe in the centre has pearls around the centre and little sparkly pieces in here. Then a little pearl here, a drop pearl for the body, and then these sparkles at the top. The length on these is just superb. Do you remember last, it was just before Christmas, I think, that we chatted about shoulder duster earrings, and they're still very much the thing because we're doing a lot more on Zoom and there's a lot more attention kind of on our facing in this area, isn't there? So the pearls, the earrings rather, just sit so beautifully for that. And these catch the light wonderfully as well. So they've got gold tones on there and silver tones as well. The silver tones are a little bit more oxidized, so they're a little bit darker. And they just set those pearls off to perfection. So that's those ones. Now you could easily wear those on their own, I think, quite easily. You wouldn't need a necklace to go, but you could. So again, if you just wanted to choose one piece from the collection that I'm going to show you tonight, you could easily mix and match those in with other pieces in your collection. So if you had just a simple strand of pearls, if I cover the crab, and you can imagine there, then these earrings would just go so beautifully with those. £75 these ones, and I just love them. I think they're absolutely amazing. But of course, if you did want the necklace to match, of course we've got one, yes. And she's a longer length necklace as well. So in typical vintage style, she's an over the head necklace, so nice and easy to put on, but she has got a clasp on as well. So if you did want a clasp to fasten up, then you can do that. So if you can't do the sort of over the head movement, then there's a clasp here as well with an extender. She is about 70 centimeters in length, which I'm just doing a quick conversion, I think about 26 inches, if I'm right, there or thereabouts. All these pearls, look at that, so full strands down there, and then again a station necklace. So we've got the stations coming down and those bigger pearls here, all surrounded by sparkly sparklies. And then down a bit more to the next station, and then down a bit more. And on the bottom, we've got this beautiful moth again with the tassel. And I just absolutely adore this. What I love about this piece as well is that if you had a backless dress or a backless top, you could quite easily wear that backwards. It's not going to look anything on me backwards because you're not going to be able to see. But can you imagine, sort of draping down, and then it's just going to look like a very simple pearl necklace at the front, which is wonderful. Really nice and comfortable to wear because all the soft pearls are on there as well. Just a little tip, by the way, if you did want to know the difference between if you've got a cultured pearl or a faux pearl, the easiest way is to rub them on your teeth. And if they feel rough, it's a real pearl. So there you go. All that nice sparkle on the wings of that detail there, which is just wonderful. I do love, love, love this collection. Wendy says, I'm late. Wendy, a queen is never late. Sometimes her subjects just arrive a little bit early. Welcome. It's lovely to have your company on Friday. Wendy says, beautiful earrings. Wow, lovely. Have to catch up with earlier. Yeah, definitely. Have a little bit of a catch up. We've been talking about the history of pearls today because they're June's birthstone, and then some of these fabulous pearl pieces as well. So the necklace is £85. £85 this one, and just that gorgeous length on there. So that with your earrings would just be tremendous, wouldn't it? Very super, super glam. Absolutely wonderful. I love that. Just gorgeous. And then to finish off the suite, we've got another stunning brooch. And I just love this in the moth again. So that big faux pearl in the centre there. These bejewelled wings just looking absolutely incredible. Now the eyes, they're again done in a crystal, but don't they look like a chalcedony with the colour? Chalcedony if you prefer. Chalcedony if you watch me. And this beautiful piece here in the centre just looking like a citrine, aren't we there? Looking just absolutely wonderful. I love that. Again, a nice big statement. So if you really wanted to go to town, you'd have your dragonfly and your moth a bit lower, or your dragonfly and your moth to twin. You would be very bejewelled. This is another big piece. So if I put her against my hand, then you just get to see how she sits against my hand. Absolutely gorgeous. I just love that. So sparkly, and this whole collection actually when you're wearing just really catches the light, and I love that. I love jewellery that's noticed and jewellery that's a talking point. And we've said before, haven't we, when you've got some of these unusual pieces, that it's almost like being in a secret club, because people kind of notice your jewellery and then go, I don't, you go, and they know, because it's such an unusual piece, which is absolutely lovely. So some news from us this week. We didn't win the Muddy Stiletto Awards. Oh, but when I last looked, just before the voting was cast, we were in second place, and I'm really, really happy with that. It would have been very nice to win, but not this year. So if you voted for us, thank you so much for voting. It was very much appreciated, because there were about 50,000 rounds. Well, there were 2 or 3 so that you could vote in. So if you did vote for us, thank you. I really do appreciate that. That's amazing. And exciting things coming up at Adorn as well. Next week, not this week, I keep getting confused. Do you know, I don't know why June, but I always get kind of muddled around, and I put things in my diary late and things in my diary early. So this week, when I got up, everything I've got in my diary for next week I thought was this week, and I thought, I don't feel prepared for this at all, and you know, and then I suddenly thought, oh, that's because it's next week. I've still got a week to go. So Peddler Market is coming to Chesterfield next week, next weekend. So, you know, excuse to wear your fabulous jewellery. And Peddler Market, if you haven't been before, originated in Sheffield, and it's a street food market, so loads of different food, drink, booze, lots of different stalls. And then, oh, I've got something in my eye. Dear me, sorry about that. Don't know what's going on there. Oh, there. Thank you. That's how you know it's live. So loads of different things going on. And then Unhampered, who are an online independent directory of all the indie shops, bars and businesses in Chesterfield, decided to coincide with Peddler Market. Because Peddler Market is on the market, they decided to bring the whole of the Chesterfield independent scene together as well, and kind of radiate this fun and this joy out of the market and into Chesterfield itself. So lots of the independents are having events. So there are people having session musicians going in. I know Tallbird Records are having some live music koozies. The Juice Bar are having some live music. In the Shambles, we've decided, because the Shambles is very tall and very long, and sound is very loud when it's in there, so you can still come in and shop. We've decided to host a literary festival. So it's a pop-up literary festival alongside the Pomegranate Book Club. And we're going to be having poetry readings and excerpts from plays. We've got some performers coming to do some excerpts and some writers, and it's all, yeah, it's very exciting. We're going to have lots of things going on. So if you are in town, head into town next Saturday if you can. It's the inaugural Peddler Market and the inaugural Unhampered Live. So it's all very exciting. It's going to be on from 10 in the morning till 10 at night. So if you're working, like we are, I feel you, then you'll still be able to go. And there's loads of stuff going on, including there's a supper club, cheese and wine, it's going on at Davidson's, which we're off to, and there's just so much stuff happening. So I thought I must tell you about that, because obviously next Friday will be just the day before, and it doesn't give you that much time to plan. So if you are making plans, then do come into Chesterfield if you can. Gail says, my necklace that I bought has been noticed. Oh, Gail, I'm so pleased. It's amazing. The cloud was just perfect for you, wasn't it? Absolutely wonderful, with those sparkly little raindrops as well. I just love that piece. Absolutely adore it. You will not be surprised that I've had to add that to my personal collection. Adam was going through pieces, and he said, "I've just got this to do," and I said, "Oh, don't worry about labelling those. They're for me." Just thinking about his workload, you know. Gail says, that on a black velvet choker, wouldn't it? Oh, it'd be sensational. Gorgeous. And Wendy says, well done, second is brilliant. Oh, you're so lovely. Thank you, Wendy. That's so lovely. We were so excited, to be voted for and to be part of it, really, as well. Because it was the best jeweller in Derbyshire and Nottinghamshire. So we were incredibly proud with that. Thank you. That's very kind. So that's what's been going on with us and what's coming up with us. I will try and get the pieces that are here. I haven't got online today because I've been working on the literary festival today for next week, but these should be online. I'll try and get them online tonight if I can, when we've taken the dogs out, or tomorrow if not, so they'll be on there. But as always, if you've seen something that you love, then you can just message me and you can order, and we'll get that sent out to you, or come and see them in the shop. They'll be here at Adorn tomorrow. Very exciting. Pauline says, thank you for doing this stream on such a hot evening. Oh, you're so thoughtful. Thank you. I love it. I love having your company. As usual, I love everything. Me too. Congrats on the award. Is next Friday live not on because of the market? No, next Friday live will still be on. Yes, I'm going to a kind of preview thing on the Friday night. A little bit, but no, it'd be fine. I'll even if I kind of take you with me, and we do a little bit of a live from there, we'll do that. That'll be okay. Yeah, so we'll be there. I'll be there. Don't worry. Wendy says, I voted first, maybe next year. Oh, that's so lovely. Thank you. Well, if you voted for us, then we're already winners as far as I'm concerned. That's very lovely. Hello to Steph. Happy Friday. Lovely to have your company tonight. Sorry you're late. Don't worry. That's fine. You're here and we're glad to have your company. I am just finishing. Oh, it's nothing you said, Steph, but you will be able to catch up, watch the replay. I will post that, and as always, of course, I'm going to post the replay over on YouTube as well. My internet, just as a very dull aside, is so fast now. Normally it takes ages to upload, because obviously I edit the front and the back and everything on, and then put onto YouTube. So if you haven't got Facebook, you can watch me over on YouTube, and normally it takes an age to upload. Last week, half an hour. It was great. So the little things in life that excite me are fast internet speeds, obviously, and crazy jewellery. So you'll have to let me know if you love the pieces tonight, or if you have got a favourite piece, then let me know. And I hope you found the little bit about pearls interesting as well. It's one of my favourite things to talk about, as you know, gemstones. I absolutely love them. They're just beautiful. I love them. Wonderful. I hope you have a lovely weekend, whatever you're doing. We're at Dawn tomorrow, Saturday, from 10 until 5, and then we'll be back open next week as usual, Monday, Thursday, Friday and Saturday from 10 until 5. So if you fancy cooling down in the heat, we have got dog bowls as well. So if you're in town with your dogs, then do bring them by. We've got little dog bowls in there, and a glass of water for you, obviously, as well, if you want. I'm sure we can do that. You don't have to share the bowl. That'll be fine. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I really enjoy our Fridays together. I'm sending lots of love from my home to yours. And remember, until next we meet, eat, sleep, sparkle, repeat. And I'll see you soon. Bye, everybody. See you soon.